Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the next unit, that is your unit 4, chapter 7, that is production function. Now in the production function, we'll see how the inputs and output of a goods takes place. Now when we say input and output, what does it mean? Whenever we are producing something, whenever we are trying to do production, we need some input like raw materials, labor, capitals are required to get some production, that is your output. You need to have input, then only you can give some output. That is the main element of production function, input and output. Now what is this production function is saying? The functional relationship between input and output is known as the production function. Now whenever we are doing any kind of production, there have to be some kind of input like raw materials, labors, capital to get some kind of output. And this is known as a production function. Now production function states that maximum quantity of output which can be produced from any selected combination of input. Now whatever the output you need to produce in the future, it have to be the combination of inputs. Combination of inputs like your labor and capital. How much you need labor and how much you need capital to produce the maximum quantity of output is what is known as production function. Then next, here it is saying the production function can be expressed in an equation in which the output is dependent variable and input are independent variable. Now what is dependent variable and independent variable? Independent variables means when you are taking the combination of labor and capital, it depends on you whether you take more number of people or more number of capitals. It depends on the person who is trying to produce some goods. So they are known as independent variables. It is independent. Suppose you take 2 labor and 3 capitals, 3 machines, let's say. It depends on you whether you take combination of 2 capital or 3 labors or 3 capital and 2 labor. So the combination are different. You can change it, right? So that is independent. Now when is output is dependent? Why it is output is dependent? Because how much labor and how much capital you are going to use in the production of a good, it will reflect it in your output. How much? If you take 2 good labor and 3 not so good machine, let's say, so in that case what will happen? The combination of these 2 things, that is the labor, 2 labors and 3 machines, will have some effect in the output of the product, right? So same way, if you are taking 2 unskilled labor and 2 good machine, so their effects will be there. Suppose this unskilled laborer, they don't know how to operate the machine, even if the machine is very good. If they don't know how to operate it, it will affect the production. It will affect the output, right? So it is dependent on what kind of combination of inputs you are taking to produce the output. That's why it is saying input is independent, because it depends on you what combination of inputs you take. Now here inputs means 2 things only, that is your labor and capital. And in case of output, it is dependent variable, because whatever the combination of inputs you take, the labor and the capital, it will reflect in the output. That's why they are dependent on the inputs. Whatever the production function have to be taken care of. Now the equation is expressed in follows. Now what is the Q equal to F L, K, T and so on. Now what is this stands for? Q stands for output, L stands for labor, K stands for capital, and T stands for level of technology, N stands for other inputs employed in the production. Other inputs employed in the production can be raw materials or any other inputs like electricity like lighting, etc. Now here in this production function, mainly the two inputs which we consider is the labor and the capital. And the labor and the capital inputs is reflected in the outputs. So Q is the output, L is the labor, K is the capital, and technology, if it is required, we can take it later as an input, and other inputs like raw materials, lighting and electricity can be taken as input if it is required for the production. Now, types of production function. There are two types of production function. First is short run production function and long run production function. Now, we need to know the difference between the short run and long run production function. First is short run production function. In this, what is very important is the quantity of only one input varies while the other inputs remain constant. Now we have talked about production function. It is the input of two things, right? That is the labor and the capital. Now if one input is changing, one input you change, the other input remain constant. Now let's see this example. Now suppose you are taking two laborers and three machines, that is your capital. If you're taking three machines and two laborers, what happens is if you are changing the input of one variable, now instead of two laborers you are taking three laborers, okay, that does not mean that you will change the capital also. What is trying to say is only one input varies. Instead of two laborers you are taking three laborers, but the capital, that is the machine, will remain the same, that is three machines. Now in short run production function it happens this way, that is one input varies, other input remain constant. Okay, but in long run production function, all inputs are variable. All inputs are variable means you can change both the labor and the capital according to your need. But in short run production function, I'll repeat again, one input, if it is varying, if you are changing the labor, you cannot change the capital. Okay, one input varies, another remain constant. But in case of long run production function, both can be changed. That is, the labor also can be changed and the capital also can be changed. So these are the two types of production function. Next is concept of products. Now what are the concepts of products? We have talked about the production. Production is a combination of input and output, and now we need to know what are the different types of products we use in business economics. First is total product, next is average product, next is marginal product. The total product is the combination. Total product means all the inputs are variable. That means long run production function, as I have already explained to you what is long run production function, where the inputs, that is the labor and capital, can change as the need of the production. So total product means both the labor and capital can be changed. Average product. Now this is the total product divided by the quantity of input. Now whatever the total product you will get, that is, let's take it for example, two labor, two capital you are taking, right? Two labor, two capital means two machine you are taking, the combination of these two, right? So whatever the combination of these two divided by the quantity of input, it will give you what? It will give you the average product. Now what is marginal product? It is the increase in total output that results from one unit increase in the input, keeping all other inputs constant. Now additional. Whenever marginal product, marginal name is coming in any form, it means that additional increase in one unit. Additional increase in one unit, how it affects the output. Now marginal product, it is saying total output with increase in one input, keeping all other inputs constant. These things will be clearer to you if you know the relationship between these with the help of a diagram and with the help of a table. Now let's see. The table of TP, AP and MP, I have written the short form. TP stands for total product, AP stands for average product, and MP stands for marginal product. So here I have given the combinations of input, what inputs you are going to take. Now here input we are taking number of workers. Number of workers means we are taking it as the laborers. How many laborers we are taking? If we take one labor, what are the changes here? If we take two labor, what are the changes in these three items, that is TP, AP and MP? And when we take three laborers, what are the outputs? All this detail is given. Now here you will see and try to understand. The number of workers given here is 1. When it is 1, when the labor is only 1, the total product was 10. Okay, average product was 10 and marginal product was also 10. So in the first stage everything is same, that is total product is same, average product is same, marginal product is same. Now in the second, when the number of workers is increased by 2, total product is coming to 24, 12 and 14. Now how these things are coming is TP, I told you that TP is average product. Okay, now we'll see the average product. TP is given numbers, whatever numbers, total product we are getting with the combination of this. This is just the normal numbers. You can give any numbers for this. Now how to calculate average product and marginal product based on this TP and the inputs. Now here when we come to total product, you see here 24, it is increasing, right? When it is increasing, it is in the first stage. That means when it is increasing, the average product is also increasing and the marginal product is also increasing. That is the first stage. The relationship between TP, AP and MP is when the total product is increasing, average product also increases and marginal product also increases as the input is also increasing. Now here how we got this average product? Average product we got by 24 divided by 2. 24 divided by 2, we are getting here 12. And then 39 divided by 3, we are getting 13. 56 divided by 4, we are getting 14. 70 divided by 5, we are getting 14. So this is the formula for making or calculating the average product. How you calculate average product? Total product divided by the number of units. So when you are plotting the total products, you just have to divide these total products with the inputs to get the average product. Now how we are getting this 10, 14, 15, that is the marginal product. Marginal product is also one formula is there for calculating this, that I'll be explaining it to you later. So you can see when the marginal product is increasing, average product is also increasing, total product is also increasing and the inputs are also increasing. Now at this second stage, what is happening? At this second stage, when this fifth number of units are taken, total product is here and 14th number is for average product and MP is 14. Now you can see the difference here. Here it is same, here it is increasing, but here it is decreasing, right? So when the total product is increasing, when the input is increasing, then the average product is same and the marginal product is decreasing. Now when you employ sixth worker, total product will always increase. Remember that total product is always increasing, and at the point this average product is decreasing. Average product is decreasing and marginal product is also decreasing. So when the total product is decreasing and total product is increasing but not so much increasing, then average product is decreasing, try to decrease, and marginal product also become to decrease, then it is the second stage. And when the total product decreases, then the average product also decreases and marginal products becomes negative. When the marginal product becomes negative, it becomes the third stage. So let's see what is the diagram it shows. Now this is just the explanation of the table. Now you can see in the graph of the relationship between TP, AP and MP. Now when the first, let me show you, when it is increasing, when the total product, you can see here in the x-axis we have taken the input and the y-axis we are taking the output. Now when the total product is increasing, it reach at a stage here. Okay, it is increasing very fast, right? It is increasing very fast. That's why the graph is going upward. So at this stage what is happening? At this stage the average product is also increasing, right? You can see this average product line, this is average product. The average product is also increasing when the TP is increasing. Now if you see marginal product is also increasing with this dotted line, right? So when the TP, AP and MP is increasing, this is the stage 1 level. Okay, now from this stage the TP is increasing, but it is not increasing in a fast rate. It is trying to go down also, right? But it is not going actually down, but still it is going up, but not at a faster rate like this. So it is still going up. At this stage what is happening? The average product, in this line you can see the average product is going down. The average product is going down, right? And the marginal product is also going down. So this is the stage 2. When TP is increasing but at a diminishing rate, then average product goes down, decreases, and marginal product also decreases. Okay, so this is the second stage level, and from this point you can see, from this point the TP is going down, right? When the TP is falling, the average product is also falling, and the marginal product is what happening to this. From this point it is going down below the zero, it is going down. That means MP is becoming negative. So this is the stage where it is known as stage 3, when the TP is decreasing, average product is also decreasing, and marginal product becomes negative. So this is the third stage. So how many stages are there in this graph? We are having 3 stages. What are the 3 stages? When TP is increasing, average product is increasing, and marginal product is also increasing. Stage 1. When the TP is increasing but at a diminishing rate, average product also decreases, and marginal product also decreases but does not become negative. This is stage 2. In stage 3, TP decreases, AP also decreases, and MP become negative. That is stage 3. Now remember, here is one thing, that TP and AP will never become negative. Only the marginal product will become negative in the third stage. In the third stage, the TP will decrease, average product will also decrease, but marginal product will become negative, and TP and AP, that is total product and average product, can never become negative. Okay, hope this is clear. Now explanation of this graph is given. What is stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. I have already told you what is stage 1. In the stage 1, the total product increases at an increasing rate, very fast they increases, and continue till the end of its stage. Average product, what happen? Also increases and reaches its highest point at this end of the stage. And marginal product, what happen? It is also increasing, right? So all the products, that is total product, average product and marginal product, increases in the first stage, and that's why it is known as stage of increasing return. It is known as what? Stage of increasing return. Now second stage is total product continued to increase. It increases but not at a fast rate, so that's why it is called diminishing rate. It is increasing but not so fast. it is not increasing so fast. So it reached at a maximum point, and where AP and MP is diminishing but are positive. They are still above zero, right? They are still above zero. That's why they are still positive, but they are decreasing. And when MP becomes zero, TP is at the maximum. AP shows a steady decline throughout this stage. As both AP and MP decline, this stage is known as stage of diminishing return. So you need to know what is the first stage called. First stage is called stage of increasing return. Second stage is called stage of diminishing return. And the third stage is known as stage of negative return. Negative return, why we are saying? Because the marginal product becomes negative. So this is just the explanation of the graph. You can read it, and this is very, very important. Next is law of variable proportion. Now what is law of variable proportion? Now if you see, I have told you about the law of diminishing marginal utility. I'll go back to this law of diminishing marginal utility. In law of diminishing marginal utility, we are seeing the consumption part, right? How much you will consume, to get the satisfaction, thus highest satisfaction. But in case of law of variable proportion, it is related with the production. Just try to know the difference of these two laws. Is law of diminishing marginal utility, if we say it is related with consumption, how much it gives you satisfaction. And if we say law of variable proportion or law of diminishing return, it is the same name. Okay, law of diminishing return also you can say, or law of variable proportion also you can say. So when the law of diminishing return is there, we talk about the production function. And only one input is varying. One input can be changed while keeping the other input factors constant. That means only one factor can be changed. Other factors cannot be changed. Like labor, if you are changing only the labor, the capital cannot be changed. So it is the short run production function. It relates with the short run production function, where only one input can be changed and other inputs will remain same. So here they are saying in the law of variable proportion, if one input is changed, if one input is changed and other input is constant. Now for example, it is labor, one input is labor and the other one is capital. So if you are making change in the labor, you cannot make change in the capital. The capital have to be constant. So in that case, the total output, we will be talking about only the output now. The total output will increase at an increasing rate in the beginning and then at a diminishing rate and eventually decreases. So when one input is changed, when the labor is changed and the capital is remain constant, what will happen to the production, to the output? First, it will increase at an increasing rate. That means the total output will increase very fast in the beginning, and then they will increase but at a decreasing rate, not so fast, and then they will go down. That means it is the same diagram as it is shown here. Total product, right? Total output curve will also look like this, that they will go up like this at an increasing rate, they will go down, and then again it will go down. So this is again the law of variable proportion. Law of variable proportion is also known as law of diminishing return or laws of return, and it talks about the short run production function, that is only one input will vary or change and other input will remain constant. Now what is optimum factor combination? This is the last topic for this chapter. Optimum means the maximum factor combination. Now what is factor? Factors are two factors which we consider in production function. What are they? And they are the labor and the capital. Now optimum factor combination, we are talking about combination now. how much maximum combination of labor and capital can be done to get the maximum output. Optimum, remember the word optimum is maximum. Factor means the labor and the capital or the inputs combination. That means the maximum combination of labor and capital to get the maximum production at a minimum cost. In other words, the optimum or least cost combination. Optimum is for the production and least is for the cost. Remember that optimum word is used for the production, maximum production, and least is related with cost. Now here, the optimum or least cost of combination. You need to see the combination between labor and capital, which gives you the maximum output with minimum cost. And that point where there is a maximum combination, there is the optimum level, there is the maximum production, that is known as your producer's equilibrium. That means you are at an optimum level where you are getting the maximum production, and it is known as producer's equilibrium. This can be found out by combining the production function and the cost function. Now here we have to talk about this cost function. Production function we have already discussed. This is the combination of input and output. Input, if you say, what are the inputs we can take? We can take the labor and the capital. Now cost function, you need to know cost function will be discussed in the later chapters in detail. Cost is how much you are spending for the production of the goods. Now the principle of least cost combination is based on the following assumption. What are the assumptions for getting the maximum combination of labor and capital? First is capital and labor are the two factors involved in production. As I told you that whenever we are talking about the production function, we talk about only two factors, that is your capital and labor. All the units of both the factors are homogeneous. That means whatever the combination of goods you take, either you take 2 labor, 3 machines, or 2 machines, 3 labors, the combinations for these units are homogeneous. Homogeneous means same. Okay, the combination, you have to think about the combination. The prices of inputs factors are given. Whatever the price of the goods factors means the labor and the capital, the price will be given to you. How much labor you are taking and how much wages you are giving to them. How much machine you are purchasing and what is the price of the machine. So inputs, the prices of the input factors are always given. You know the price of the both the inputs, that is the labor and the capital. The total money outlay is also given. How much you need to spend for the machine and how much you have to spend for the labor, that is also you need to know, and it is always known to the managers who is trying to produce the goods. There is a perfect competition in the market. There is a perfect competition in the market means that the buyers and the sellers, or the consumption, production and the consumption parties, they are very much are aware of the what kind of market it is. Like how much, if you are selecting labor and capital, how much will be the production of the goods. If you are taking 2 labor, 3 machines, what will be the output in the production function? If you are taking 3 machines, 2 labors, what will be the output? And this is what is known as perfect competition. This perfect competition market structures will be discussed in your later chapters, and you have to understand the meaning of these terms very, very clearly. So this is the optimum factor combination, and these are the assumptions also you have to be very clear about. So hope this is clear. And okay, last one, it is still there. One more thing is your cost of production, that is isoquant and isocost line meaning. It is not given in your mentioned, it is not mentioned in your syllabus, but still you need to know what is this isoquant and isocost line meaning. Okay, Now what is this isoquant and isocost line? Just for a brief idea, isoquant is a combination of two terms, namely iso and quant. Iso means what? Equal, and quant means quantity. Isoquant means equal quantity or equal product. That means this is a curve which shows the combination of inputs and output. Okay, now when we talk about this optimum factor combination, I've told you that it is the maximum combination of labor and capital, and how in a diagrammatic way you can show it with the help of isoquant line. Now what is isoquant line? This is the combination of inputs producing a particular quantity of output. Different combination of input means the labor and the capital for producing a particular output. So it has been explained here also. Isoquant shows all possible combination of two inputs, that is labor and capital, capable producing equal or given level of output where the production is in equilibrium. Okay, and then what is isocost line? Isocost line is a combination of two factors which the firm can buy at a given price with a given amount of money. Now cost is related with buying, okay, for a given price. Suppose the price of a machine is given to you, how much you can buy that capital with the given amount of, with limited amount of money, that is the isoquant line. It shows all the combination of labor and capital that the firm can purchase. Now isocost line is how you are taking the labors and how you are purchasing the capitals. Okay, labor from the market. Why labor are used? Labor are used to make the production, right? So if there is no labor, you cannot produce anything. So you have to buy the labor or you purchase the labor. You engage the labors in the production function. So for that you have to spend some money to give it to the laborers as a wages. And capital is required. Capital also you need to buy it. If you don't buy, how can you use it for the production, right? So capital is the machines which you are purchasing to get the production from them. So isocost line is the combination, like, to buy the goods. That buy the goods means the labor and the capital. To buy the factors, you can say. Factors will be more better words to say. Labor and capital, how much you need labor and how much capital you need to buy the labor and capital first so that they can be used in the production and you can do the production in the future. So isoquant is the combination of inputs. Combination, they just see the combination, that is the labor and the capital and how much they can produce. And isocost line is how much labor and capital you need to do the production function. So these two concept is very important to know the real meaning of this optimum factor combination. So hope you have understood this topic. Thank you.